In this video I want to talk to you about suggestion and auto-suggestion. And first I present myself. I'm Massimo Taramasco. I'm in this personal growth channel. I'll explain to you how to improve yourself, more perform in self-esteem, how to improve your love life and your life. But now I wanted to talk about to you about suggestion and auto-suggestion. We can compare the imagination to a torrent which fatally sweeps away the poor wretch, so has fallen into it in spite on his efforts to gain the bank. This torrent seems indomitable, but if you know how, you can turn it from its course and conduct it to the factory, and where you can transform its force into movement, heat, and electricity. If this simile is not enough, we may compare the imagination made the madman at home, as it has been called, to an unbroken horse which has neither bridle nor reins. What can the rider to accept let himself to go whenever the horse wishes to take him, and often if the latter runs away, the mad career only comes to end in the ditch. If, however, the rider succeeds in putting a bridle of the horse, the parts are reserved. It is no longer the horse who goes where he likes. It is the rider who obliges the horse to take him whenever he wishes to go. Now that we have learned to realize the enormous power of the unconscious or imaginative being, I am going to show how this self I fear to consider indomitable can be uneasily controlled as a torrent or an unbroken horse. But before going any further, it is necessary to define careful true words that are often used without being properly understood. These are the words suggestion and auto-suggestion. What then is a suggestion? It may be defined as the act of imposing an idea of the brain or another. Does the action really exist? Properly speaking, no. Suggest does not indeed exist by itself. It does not and cannot exist except on the sine qua non condition of transforming itself into autosuggestion. This latter word may be defined as the implanting of an idea in oneself by oneself. You may make suggestion to someone. If the unconscious of the latter does not accept the suggestion, if he has not, as it were, digest it in order to transform it into autosuggestion, it produces no results. I've myself occasionally made a more or less commonplace suggestion to ordinarily very obedient subject quite unsuccessful. The reason is that unconscious of the subject refused to accept it and did not transform it into autosuggestion. The use of autosuggestion is very important. Is very important because we can make something. Is very simple. It is that which we have used every day since we come into the world without wishing or knowing it absolutely unconsciously, but which unfortunately for us we use wrongly and to our own treatment. This means is autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is nothing but hypnotism as I see it, and I would define in this simple word the influence of the imagination upon the moral and physical being of mankind. Now this influence is undeniable, and without returning to previous example, I will quote a few other. So, in the same way, it is sufficient to think a pain is going to feel it indeed disappear little by little, and inversely, it is enough to think that one suffer in order to feel the pain begin to come immediately. I know certain people who predict in advance that they will have a sick age on a certain day in certain circumstances, and on that day in the given circumstances, sure enough, they feel it. They brought their illness on themselves just as other cure they by conscious autosuggestion. So if you try to imagine, if you try to improve your imagination, you can autosuggestion you in a good way. For this video is all. If you like it, subscribe to the channel, and see you on the next video. Ciao.